This week on the Unpopular Opinion Show. I don't fucking care. She didn't hear it because she ain't sat her ass down yet. Where was all of this when you was getting paid?
What are you paying for? Hey man, that's rich people problems you talking about, right? People took it like he was Samboing and, you know, they kind of flipped it on them like.
You burning up a lot of bridges. And it's not that you wrong. It's just you can go about this a different way. When two grown men talking, stay out of it.
Hey, we've been there already. Don't get mad. You don't really know yet.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
Who gives a fuck? I don't care if he personally hit Candace Owens and her stanky
cray-cray.
No good thing starts with, I was thinking about my ex.
He ain't learned his lesson. That's a brother ain't gonna learn shit.
I know this is gonna be unpopular and I don't care.
Let's keep this shit funky.
Yes, y'all. What's happening? What's cracking? Welcome to another episode of the Unpopular Opinion Show. I go by the name of T Storm and joined by my partner, as always, the man, one of two possibly, but the only one that I know, goddammit, DJ Mike Swift.
What's happening, bro? What's happening?
What's happening? How you feeling today?
I'm good, man. Let's start the show off with a big goddamn resounding happy birthday, bro.
Oh shit! Thank you. February 6th, the day we're recording is actually, yes, it is actually my birthday today. I share this day with the Gipper, aka Ronald Reagan, President Ronald Reagan. Tinashe, the singer, Lil Cutie. The NBA player and one who got played by a Kardashian. What was Humphries? Chris Humphries. And
you got to be more specific when you say NBA player that got played by a Kardashian. That's a long list, bro.
Exactly. And of course, the legend Bob Marley also shares February 6th. And some, so it's good company. There's some more folks out there. Oh, Aquarius, happy birthday to you. Well, that's the only sign I really know. I don't even keep up with everybody. I don't subscribe to it really. I don't really subscribe to it. I just know my birthday falls in the time frame they say is Aquarius. And so that's all I've memorized. I don't really know. And I don't pay attention to what Aquarius is supposed to be like. I don't know. But people.
I always find it hilarious when I was out dating a lot. That shit used to come up often.
Yeah.
And it would just tickle the shit out of me. Yeah. He's like, what's your sign? And, oh, you're a Gemini. And Geminis are supposed to be this, this, and this. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't even know why you put any stock in that at all.
Yeah, I don't get it. But listen, if you do, hey, maybe you can tell me something about it. I don't know. But I believe Aquarius is a water sign because it's aqua. And that's pretty much all I know.
And ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's astrology report brought to you by T Storm.
There you go. Once again, folks, I'm peeling the curtain back a little bit. I'm a little ill prepared today. No, not really ill prepared. I did some show prep, but it's like personal stories show prep. There's a few things going on. One in particular I shared. I'll change the names, to spare some embarrassment to myself. Let's just say that. But we can, I don't know when we can get into that in a second, but sir, I turn the floor over to you.
Real brief, because I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago or a week or so ago. I don't know. Miss Nene Leakes. When we talked about her a few weeks ago, she was starting a petition to get you to turn off your TVs and boycott TV
Right.
Because of some inequities she's saying is happening behind the scenes. Black women aren't getting paid.
Right. And I think there was a resound.
Yet.
Say again?
She ain't shut up about it yet. She's still going on about it.
Yeah, and there was something in the wind. Did you hear it?
Maybe.
It was in the wind. I just heard something in the wind. I didn't know.
Well, she didn't hear it because she ain't sat her ass down yet. This is what she wrote on last Monday, February 1st. Stand up, protest, sign the petition, and stop watching. The treatment of Black women behind the scene is wrong. Even the cast is currently filming knows it's wrong. And what's happening, they try to silence us. We must, all caps, speak up when wrong is happening. I won't stop, she says. She continues, they pay off and reward lawyers, managers, agents, and even certain cast members to keep dirty work going. I won't stop speaking out until something is done. I will call names if need be.
Okay.
When asked about her co-star, Portia Williams, she says, they scared to lose their checks, but you can't let them get away with discrimination, retaliation, and blacklisting and unequal pay. There's power in numbers. I will start calling everybody out. So, where was all of this when you was getting paid? Right? You didn't give a shit about the discrimination and all of that.
Well, she's talking about like the treatment of Black women. Weren't you a part of that foul treatment? Like, didn't you perpetuate some of that for ratings and a check? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and look, she's saying, they're scared to lose their checks. She obviously was also. They're scared of retaliation, blacklisting, and unequal pay. Like that, I think that was the part that jumped out at me because none of this other stuff from her is new.
Okay.
Like I said, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. But unequal pay. Should the pay be equal?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on what are you paying for. What
is your position? What is your draw? Like Michael Jordan made more money than Scottie Pippen.
Way more.
LeBron James make more money than the other people on the Lakers.
Way more.
He's a bigger draw.
Yeah.
Why should pay be equal? Why are people nowadays so
wait a minute, but
stuck in that notion of equal pay?
But Nene, I thought she was the highest paid housewife on the show, wasn't she? Or close?
I don't know that for a fact, but here's what I will say. Of everybody that was on that show, she's probably the biggest name, right? Like when you think of housewives, you think of her immediately. So arguably, he is the Michael Jordan of that team.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's that's an interesting. Well, maybe she wasn't. Oh, okay. Is this coming from where she found out somebody else was getting more money than her?
She ain't really talking. She ain't saying where it's coming from. Like she keeps saying, I'm going to name names. Just go ahead and name the names. Let's just get to the root of it so we can be done with it. But she's not.
Okay. And real talk. I don't know Nene Leakes from anything else before Real Housewives. I don't watch the show, but that's the only thing, you know what I'm saying, that's what I know her from. So.
To her credit, post Housewives or in the midst of doing the Housewives, she did get some acting roles. I know she was on Glee for a little bit.
Yes.
She was in something else that I saw. So she parlayed that into a career.
As she should.
Yeah, well done. But
maybe this is the move on. It's the move on signal. You know what I'm saying? She's done well.
Is that like the bat signal?
The show was like,
get your shit, and Get out! Get your shit!
So she don't like being tossed out, I guess. I mean, listen, I don't know. I'd be interested to find out. I mean, she's going to keep talking about it. You know.
I hope she just gets to the point where she names names. Like, just go ahead and name the names. Let's just get to it. Let's just.
And I hate to draw comparisons, but this is, I mean, it's not exactly, but kind of similar to Monique, where she, you know, she voiced her grievances about, at the time it was Netflix.
Yep.
And at the time, because she did the same thing. She was like, everybody boycott Netflix. And we were like, why?
That happened.
Why? I mean, they got Moesha on there. Why am
I watched, you stupid, you said they got Moesha on there. It took me a second. It was like low flying and it escaped the top of my head. Like, oh, I get it now. I was watching Comedy Hype. It's a YouTube channel and they interview comedians. It's a site just kind of built to help comedians. And I was watching an interview they did, I think with Pierre, I think his name is, old school comic. And they were talking about the Dave Chappelle situation with Netflix versus the Monique situation with Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And he made an interesting observation because the question was, people seem to get behind Dave Chappelle when he said, hey, don't watch my shit. And Netflix jumped in and did what they did and things changed. Right. And people, there was a groundswell of fan energy behind that change. But for Monique, it was pointed out that people were just kind of like, well, and nobody got behind her.
Okay, well, I think for obvious reasons, it's completely different because with Chappelle, it was more targeted. He said, I'm not saying boycott X. I'm saying don't watch my show. Don't watch that show. I'm not saying boycott HBO Max. Just boycott don't watch my show. It was like, okay, I can honor that. That's targeted.
It's manageable.
Yeah.
It's a manageable request.
Yeah. When Monique said boycott Netflix, it's like, why?
All of Netflix?
All of the whole. Why? Because
the new season of House of Cards is out, and you want me to not watch what happened?
You know what I'm saying? And you know, most folks is like, man, that's rich people problems you talking about right here. I pay Netflix. You remember the point? Hey, listen, you do what you got to do. She did her own specials later. I think she did like an HBO thing or something like that later on. But I don't know, it felt like a grasping straws, just a reach, a serious reach. And also perceptually from a woman that keeps complaining about old shit.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Pierre's point, which I thought was like, I admittedly hadn't looked at it this way. He said Dave Chappelle had a gripe about getting paid for work that he had already done that other people were getting paid on.
Right.
Monique had a gripe about not being offered the same amount of money to somebody else. So your gripe is, ain't nothing happened. Right. Ain't nothing happened yet. But Chappelle's is some real shit. Like, he's getting robbed. You're not getting robbed. You just didn't like the deal. And in any deal, if you don't like the terms that somebody's offering you, you can walk away. You ain't got to do it. Yeah. And God bless her, that's what she did. But at the same time, like, you can't then tell me to be upset that your deal didn't go through, right? Like, that's like me going to the car lot, trying to buy a car, not getting the deal that I want, and then telling everybody, don't buy them cars no more. Don't buy Ford ever. because they didn't offer me $5,000 off the price. And it's like,
now,
dude, then just buy a different car. Just go somewhere else.
Right. But to your point, if that same car dealership charged you one price and charged a white dude for the same car a different price, a lower price or whatever the case, then that's, you can understand what the gripe is. And then, there might be more what you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? But people may be willing to go, well, that doesn't seem fair. There's clearly some, you know what I mean? That's a little different. But even then, if everybody's not experiencing the same thing, that's just
I guarantee you pay a different price for a car than somebody else.
Absolutely.
Because you get what you negotiate.
Right.
And if you don't like the negotiation, say, thank you. I'll go.
Change it a little bit. Monique's gripe is like, I went to go buy this Bentley. And these niggas had the nerve to tell me I had to pay an extra $15,000 for some heated seats. Now I know they sold it to that white girl over there for $1,000, but they want to charge me $15,000. Nah, don't go buy. She buying a Bentley though.
Right. Go to a different lot. I don't see anything wrong with speaking on the inequity, right? Saying, hey, look, they offered this person this, they offered that person that. Now, the analytical part of me will then say, all right, well, talk to me about your box office receipts. Talk to me about your viewership numbers. If you have similar, like within 3 to 5% variance between your draw, your measurable draw, then I'll say, oh yeah, they own some fuck shit, because 3 to 5% is negligible. But if it's 10 to 15% difference in your measurable draw, and it's 15 to 25% difference in the offer, then I say, why are you mad? Right? Like, that's just kind of how that works.
I understand. I mean, and it gets to be a little slippery when you start measuring someone's worth in terms of when it comes to entertainment, right? Eddie Murphy, right now, people would want to see Eddie Murphy do stand-up. So if there was there's a want for it, there's a demand for it, like overwhelming demand for it, people want to see that. And somebody would offer him a considerable amount of money to do stand-up and to be able to negotiate that. Monique, on the other hand, talented woman, very funny. I don't see the same demand. You get what I'm saying? Not to say that people don't value her talents or her, how long she's been in the game and what she's done. The demand is not the same. And I think that might have been what was the part of the issue between her and, whoever else she was comparing the deals with. Now, and to her credit, I think she did. I don't know if she won a lawsuit, but she did. There were some things merited to what she was complaining about in the long run. So maybe she should have just went that route instead of saying boycott Netflix. Like, all right, you know what? I'll see you in court, and then that's the end of that.
Care about your rich people problems.
Enjoy your Bentley.
Well, we came a long way from Nene, and I think the last time we talked about Nene in this situation, we went off into Monique.
Somehow, right? Yeah.
How the hell we mad at Monique for talking about this shit, and we keep talking about this shit?
Well, I mean,
she ain't even talking about it no more. We are.
Yes, that's the other side. Yes, she is. She's still mad at Oprah. She's still mad at Lee Daniels. She's still talking shit about Tyler Perry. She mad at Medea. She mad at that has not changed. Now she's a little tight with Whoopi. You know what I'm saying? She's added more people to the list. Because
she got hot with Steve too.
Yeah. Because we watched that happen in real time. Like they edited the interview there because she was on Steve Harvey. And Steve was like, hey, move on. You know what I'm saying? This show. We got to play. We got to do this dance, man, to get this money. You don't have regular people problems. This is not the, we got to play this game. Is where he was coming from. People took it like he was Samboing, and they kind of flipped it on him, like, But
and look, let me putting on my tap dance shoes. I agree with
look for that. I don't have it ready today. Damn it. Continue.
I agree with a lot of the positions that people have with Mr. Harvey. That one, however, I don't. I saw that interview because he did it on his talk show. He was trying, and I really felt like where he was coming from was a place of love. And he was really trying to tell her, sister, you burning up a lot of bridges. And it's not that you're wrong. It's just you can go about this a different way.
I choose battles.
Thank you. And she was just fighting battles on all fronts and launching missiles. And I felt like he was trying to talk her down and help out. And people took that shit the wrong way.
Was not trying to hear it at all. And still to this day, still not. I mean, I get, and she has her reasons and she has valid points. Shit. I mean, we can keep talking about this, but not longer than her. So.
You want to talk about Mr. LeBron James?
Yes, with his Courtside Karen.
Yeah. So me. When I heard the story, I had to do some research. Because I was like, who is this chick? The sound effects, they always make me giggle. All right, so let's just start off with what happened. So they were at a game, or she was at a game. I'm trying to find my video.
They were playing the Hawks, right? Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, playing the Hawks here in Atlanta. And it was a humbug, and it actually was on TV. And there it is. So it was a little brouhaha on television, and I have that video. If you're watching this on YouTube and it's a blank spot after I said I have that video, it's because YouTube made me not play that video. Hold on, I didn't share the sound. Again, stop share. Share sound, because, there we go. All right, this is what happened.
For a year since these two teams met, we've got a lot of jawing going on the front row, and look at that. And now the security is getting involved.
And the security is actually, the referees are actually telling the security they may want to usher somebody out of the building.
They might be gone. I think this was happening also. Somebody was all over LeBron.
And they're still on LeBron. I think that's what it is.
A few minutes ago, and I know he was glaring into the seats.
LeBron, he's sick.
Wait, so hold on. Let's just roll that back. I am not a skilled lip reader, but it looks like he's saying, somebody tell that bitch to sit the fuck down.
No.
Let's just go.
No. What he actually said was, it's appropriate. He was in Atlanta for it too, so.
Bitch, sit the fuck down.
Obviously, you can see that upset about it. I think
as long as it's nothing
they're
malicious.
not kicking him out. It's just.
Fans ever.
And
remember, it was that executive of the Cavaliers that set LeBron off in Cleveland.
That's the young lady in question.
This lady. Wow.
No mask.
Well, she's pointing at that one meme with the lady and the cat.
That's
okay.
So that happened, right?
I think initially it was her husband or boyfriend or whatever that got into a back and forth with LeBron.
Mel Ward, Kevin Ward, or one other.
Okay, I'm sorry. Today is my birthday, so I'm getting calls. Hang on. This is my brother calling now. Hello? Hold on a second. I'm actually in the middle of hold on, where you at? I'm doing my podcast. Kev, you there?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? Kev, Kev, say what's up. Say what's up to Mike.
Mike, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Hanging in there, man.
Kev always sound half sleepy. So if you wonder, is that smooth like butter thing? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You good? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm sure.
I just woke up, man.
You off today?
Yeah, I'm off today, man. I'm off. Yeah, I want to call my show. Call it's your birthday, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. No problem. I ain't been into y'all. I ain't been in podcast.
No, it's all good. I anticipated getting calls, so I figured why not bring them on live.
Okay, that's a good idea.
You know?
Oh man. All right.
What you doing the rest of the day once you gain consciousness?
Yeah, I run to the store. I gotta take care of some stuff right quick. I'm not doing too much, but I'll be home for the most part.
Okay. Same here. I ain't gonna. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here sipping on Woodford Reserve.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Really good.
All right. Yeah, I think I heard that.
You gotta try that. That and 46. You ever had the 46?
Yeah.
I've been getting into my whiskey. Bourbon whiskey. It's bourbon. Yeah.
Okay. You drinking wine and whiskey at the same time?
No, it's Woodford Reserve is bourbon.
Oh, I thought Woodford Reserve was wine.
No, it's bourbon.
Oh, so you're drinking two whiskeys at the same time?
No, man. I was just telling you about 46. Get off the phone, man.
My man just woke up, brain foggy, you know.
It's not. Oh, man. Thank you, Kev. I love you, man.
I love you too, man. I thought you loved it. Y'all go and take care, Mike.
All right, man. Hold it down.
All right, man.
My brother, Kev Butter. Oh.
Courtside Karen.
Yes. So we showed
the video of what actually happened, and you made the point that it was some words exchanged between LeBron and her husband, and she jumped in and started mouthing off. Now I have other videos that I'm gonna show, but I wanna point out who her husband is. There's a gentleman named Chris Carlos. He is a partner in a alcohol distribution company.
White man.
Based out of Atlanta here. white gentleman. Very wealthy gentleman. He's in his 50s. She's 25.
Oh.
So he's more than twice his wife's age, which, you know, to Kevin Samuel's point, high value men like younger.
Well, I mean, she's only half. That's one of two. I'm sure he traded her in for 225s. Is that
Well, I was able to get my hands on a bio for him, and I'm not gonna super duper out him, but just looking at his bio, seems like a stand-up guy. He's involved in a number of charitable organizations. He's on the board of a lot of charitable organizations. Good dude, right? Seems like a real good dude. Now, I want to show a picture of him to illustrate a point.
I mean, good dude, presumably. I would surmise makes a bit of a victim because he's a Hawks fan, but continue.
This is the gentleman in question.
Damn.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Don't look like he need a 25-year-old, 100-pound soaking wet woman to come to his defense.
Right.
Look like he can handle some issues on his own.
Yeah. He look like he done whooped some ass in his day.
Look like he done scrubbed up some folks in his time. He didn't really need his wife to jump in. But let's run these down. This is from her point of view.
But okay, he might be just under 6 foot or about 5 something because she wasn't that tall herself.
No,
I don't see him actually winning a fight against LeBron. If it was going to be a fight, if it was actually going to be a fight, it wasn't going to be no fight. It was just words. And I'm sure they were clear on that. This is just words.
If they were standing up boxing, LeBron's got reach on him, right? That's a problem. But if that little short, stocky dude gets a hold of him and takes him down,
yeah.
Come on now.
Got a little grip on him,
Yeah.
Grip him up a little something.
All right, this is from her point of view, from her what she shot as they were kicking her out.
That's the fuck up. Hey. Don't talk to my husband like
that. Sounds like
yeah.
Rose.
So it goes on from there.
Don't talk to my husband like that. You don't know. You're just a basketball player that makes millions of dollars. You can't. Then shut up, sit down. It's like what he's like saying.
Right.
But oh boy, shut up, Mama. He'll go in and kick your ass. Show him, baby. Those were like
more from her.
Just got kicked out of the game for talking shit to LeBron James, for talking shit to my fucking husband. This is such fucking bullshit.
This is such fucking bullshit.
Oh my God. Can you believe this black guy had the nerve to tell me to shut the fuck up because I was cussing at him?
Oh, she continues.
Listen, let me tell you. LeBron James looked at my husband during the game and cussed him out, and I stood up and I go, don't fucking talk to my husband. Talk to my husband one more time and I will fuck you up. And he started fighting with me. He goes, shut your mouth, dumb bitch. And I go, you shut your fucking mouth, bitch.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck you up, LeBron. Really?
Okay.
Really? Really?
The level of entitlement.
Oh my God.
Is mind-blowing and staggering. All right. So let's start at the beginning. When two grown men talking, stay out of it.
There he goes.
Right? There's a thing that men understand about dealing with other men. We understand that there is always the presence, a low-level presence of violence. We know that. So we measure and we gauge when we talk to another dude to know, okay, hey, motherfucker, ain't gonna be too many more times you step on my shoe.
Right.
You ain't finna pop off like that to a motherfucker 6'8", 450 of all muscle.
Yeah.
But you ain't finna be no punk either.
Right.
Right. So you measure it based on that low level threat of violence. This shit could erupt into violence at any moment. We understand that. She doesn't understand that. And I think a lot of women don't understand that. because they know the retribution if a man puts his hands on her. She can jump up and say, I'll fuck you up and don't ever talk to my husband. And she can do all of that. And she knows at the end of the day, he ain't going to touch her. He ain't going to touch her. LeBron ain't going to hit her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, LeBron might punch her husband in the face.
Oh, yeah. Because seeing cats do that shit too. Bitch, shut up before I hurt your dude. And the dude is like, hey, wait a minute. I ain't even... Hold up. We was talking. Bitch, shut up.
Oh.
We was talking. But I mean, because the other side of it is LeBron said, hey, bitch, sit the fuck down. That's putting her husband on Front Street right then. Because now you checked your broad. Your broad is looking at you. You gonna let him talk to me like that?
Yeah. She signed a check for him to get his ass whooped.
Absolutely. That's why they put him out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, and in fact, the post-game interview with LeBron, he was like, look, I don't think they should have got put out. I said my piece to that man. That man said his piece to me, and it was done. And he didn't say she. He said someone else decided to get involved. He's so political. He's so political with his shit. But and he's right. Like she should have just let her man handle that. And ladies, look, if you listen to this, and I'll say this, I understand where she was coming from. I understand that urge to protect your man. I get it. Your man don't need you to protect him.
Nah.
Your man don't want you to protect him.
No.
And really, at the end of the day, you don't want to have to protect your man.
Right.
You want to know that he's protecting you, not the other way around. Not. We want you to protect us in other ways, but not on some old physical man against a man type shit or whatever. Like that ain't what we got you for. Now, if it's another chick popping off at us, then hey baby, handle my lightweight, right? Because I can't fight a woman, but
like a smack.
She should have just stayed her ass in that chair.
Yeah. That's just.
But after all of that popping off, after being labeled the Courtside Karen, her real name is Juliana Carlos. I would tell you to look her up on YouTube and Instagram, but her Instagram page has been set to private and her YouTube page has been deleted. She ain't like that smoke.
And the other side of it is she's 25. She's 25.
She's a kid.
Yeah, she don't know shit. Not really. Folks 25, hey, we've been there already. Don't get mad. You don't really know shit yet. Not say you know nothing. You just don't know shit. and that was
met shit once.
Again?
I met shit once. I'm familiar with shit. I know shit. We've hung out several times. Sometimes some good shit, sometimes some bad shit, but
sometimes ain't shit. You just
God bless her.
Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, moving on, because white folks privileged. She gonna be all right. She'll figure it out. She'll live to get cussed out another day.
She apologized. She came out and she apologized, and I read the apology. It seemed like a genuine apology. She didn't do the "I'm so sorry to have offended anyone." And she said something to the effect of I'm trying to find it. She takes full responsibility for crossing the line. She says, to say things escalated quickly at yesterday's game is an understatement, and I want to apologize for losing my cool and removing my mask in the heat of the moment. My husband is a huge sports fan, and we're passionate people, and let's be real. And this is the part where I felt like it made it genuine. Let's be real. Sports wouldn't be sports without a little trash talking.
Yeah.
All right. She apologized for behavior, but she called it what it was. Like, We was talking some shit. She went too far. She just went too far. She freaked out. But
and it sounded like she was drunk too. So
look, 25 courtside at a Hawks game in an arena where I don't even think they're letting people in the arena really at this point. It's friends and family and a few other people. So it's
folks of
don't quote me on these numbers, but I think it's less than like 100 people.
And folks of privilege, of a certain privilege.
Yeah, well, I ain't want to go there, but since you did, well,
There was a tragic situation in Pennsylvania. I forget the town in Pennsylvania. And I was going to tell that story in conjunction with what we just talked about because it's not the same at all. It ended in 3 deaths. And it was an argument over snow. But I've decided I don't want to talk about it anymore because it's there's no way to really navigate it and be funny about it because it's a tragedy.
It's very tragic. It's very tragic.
And we lean on the more comedic side here. So, but it's a real situation that happened in Pennsylvania. If you care to see the details and see the horrific video, because it was all caught on video, on security cam from somebody's house. It was a murder-suicide over snow in Pennsylvania. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. My condolences to all parties involved, the families, and neighbors, even the neighbors. You know what I mean? So we never want to see stuff like that get out of hand.
Yeah, and for the record, it's actual snow and not cocaine.
Correct. Although I suspect at least one part
some cocaine might have been involved.
Yeah. So again, don't want to make light, but yeah. But what I will, so there was a situation that just happened, and I'm trying to put my dancing shoes on, my tap dance shoes on.
I'm sorry, that moment of contemplation was funny to me.
So, Mike and I, we've known each other 20 plus years at this point.
Yeah.
There's some other folks that we know. We've all came up damn near as teenagers, you know what I'm saying? Early 20s, you know what I'm saying? So there's a certain nostalgia and a certain feeling of, there's certain people that, that I talk to from that time, where we just pick up, and me and Mike is the same way. We pick right up where we left off. It doesn't matter time or space. You know what I'm saying? When we hear from one another, we kind of, it's like we didn't lose a beat, and there's always love, right? With that said, there was a person out of our circle, I won't name, that had put a call into another friend of ours. And I got a call early in the week, like, hey T, what do you know about and I'll give a name. Hey, what do you know about, I'm looking at a red cup. I'm so red. Let's just call it red. Person's red.
I was gonna go with something like Alonzo or something like that.
Alonzo Red. I don't know, whatever. Hey, what do you know about Alonzo? That's not his actual name or her name. But and I go, well,
but I do know a chick named Alonzo.
Do you?
She's a handsome woman. No, I mean, I'm kidding. I'm just...
You guys see each other at the urinal? Like, okay, sorry. Hey, what are you doing? So, friend calls. Hey, what do you know about Alonzo? Last spoke to them a couple of years ago. It was all good. Talked, they was doing work. They was working on a certain project or whatever the case. We chopped it up. We weren't able to catch up, but it was all good. There's nothing. Well, our friend goes on to say, "Hey, well, this person Alonzo reached out and said they was in a particular situation and needed some money. And feel a little uneasy about it because I haven't talked to this person in a certain amount of years. But at the same time, like I said, time and space don't matter. There's still feeling of family, and I have relatives. I have blood relatives the same way. It doesn't matter how long I've spoke to them. If somebody relative calls me and is in need, I do what I can to help. And so our friend said the same thing. And her question was more like, is this person on anything? Are they having issues with addiction, anything? And my answer was, I don't think so. And she's like, all right, well, after discussing it with her partner, she went ahead and sent them the funds requested. I also chipped in. There you go. I bet. Fast forward a few days. Actually, just last night, maybe 1 a.m., as I'm going to bed, I got a text. Didn't recognize the number. Hey, who's this? Hey, it's Alonzo. Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? You good? What's going on here? Hey, trying to make it, you all right? And then I got a voicemail explaining the same situation that he had told our other friend. Now I'm on alert.
That had been resolved, theoretically.
Well,
weeks ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't say actually was, well, not that I know of at that point. And so the red flag goes up in my head, but I'm also, realizing perhaps the situation that's really afoot is not something that they really want to disclose. There is a need, there is some sort of emergency, but they don't want to disclose what it really is. And so cautiously I say, hey, listen, I can't give what you're asking, but I can help. How do you want to get it to you? And I send it, and it wasn't a whole lot of money. It was $100, it wasn't. And my wife was like, my wife looked at me with her Bronx suspicions. What? By the way, my wife is notoriously cheap also. What? What? Nah. I'm like, listen, I already understand this could be something else. I'm not even thinking I'm going to see this money again. I've already accepted that part of it, you know what I mean? But as a Christian, understand to be able to give from your heart without the expectation of return. So that's how I looked at it. And I also said to my wife, listen, I blow $100 on bullshit on Amazon all the time. So I'm,
unicorn mittens and fucking toilet bowl lights.
I got stuff in here that I've ordered that I haven't used at all. I bought my dog snow boots. True story.
Why? Was your dog like, yo, dude, I saw these Eddie Bauer boots, man. You gotta cop them boots for me, dude.
Hey, yo, my dog has fucking snow boots. So, with that said, if there's a brother that I look to as a brother, as a, you know what I'm saying, if I can help, whatever it may be, I don't think it's the situation he said it was, but okay, fine. And I sent the money. Fast forward. I woke up on my birthday this morning, and I sent our other friend, a text message to let him know, hey, Alonzo reached out to me this morning, which said the same situation. And I went ahead and gave him, you know, a little something. She hit me back with, like, really? He said that situation had been resolved. And, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
To borrow from an old Southern phrase, something in the milk ain't clean.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, at some point, I don't want to put the cat on Front Street. I don't want to have a confrontation about it because it's $100. It's really not that serious to me. It's the
principalities of the situation.
Yeah. So either be real about what's actually happening and go, hey, listen, I know I said this. There's something else going on, and I said what I needed to say to be able to take care of what I need to take care of. And I'm like, all right, cool. Or, yeah, shit, nah, I got on that shit, and I don't know what to do.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, because the next thing that happened, and as I'm grappling with this, and it's unfortunate because I grew up, you know, my stepfather was an addict. Still struggles with addiction to this day. You know what I mean? I understand the disease. It's referred to as a disease. You never get over it. You are always considered an addict. And it's, you know, and it requires compassion and also people to be real with you at the same time. And I don't want to be an enabler if that is what the situation is. But as I'm grappling with, okay, well, at some point I'll reach out to Alonzo and go, hey, bro, you know, I know XYZ happened already and you hit me about the same situation. So I'm not tripping. Are you okay? Is what I'm thinking. As I'm grappling with that, Mike and I were getting ready for the show. I got another text from Alonzo. Hey, yo, I need $12. Now that sounds like basehead logic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I do know what you're saying. Yes.
So the alarms is like
for $12.
$12.
What'd you go buy for $12?
And so, you know, it's unfortunate. It's a uncomfortable situation. A younger me may not have understood the delicacy of how to navigate it or whatever case. And then there's some people that'll just be like, nah, fuck you, go away. But if it is a person, if it is, you know, and again, I still view them as family. If it's a person that's, you know, a family member going through addiction, you know, a conversation need to be had. Now, you're not going to solve it, but you could be as compassionate and let them know, hey, I know this ain't, you're not being real. I can't help you get high.
Right.
And that may or may not be the last time you talk to that person until they get their life together.
You often remind me how much of a better person you are than I am. Because I would have handled that so differently and so wrong. Motherfucker, what you $12? Nigga.
And here's the other side of it too. Like, this ain't the first time I've dealt with that. You know what I'm saying? I have an actual family member that's done that, reached out to me for small amounts of my and you know, I've been in a situation to be in a desperate state of need. I've been there. I have been there. There's things I've done that I'm not proud of. Never sucked a bag of dicks, but I'm just saying
So now we have to put the bag of dicks conversation as outtakes at the end of this episode. It was a long conversation about a bag of dicks before the show started. And now he threw back to that conversation that no one saw. So now you got to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that's random. People are like listening and they're like, what?
Just look at the outtakes, you understand. But in any case, all that to say, I've been in a situation of need. I understand it. But by the grace of God, I'm here today and in position to be able to help, friends and family that, are in need at the time, or to help as best as I can, that is. But at the same time, I ain't boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, that conversation, and I had that conversation with a family, with a cousin, same exact thing. Hey, bro, what's your plan? I have a family I'm taking care of. What are you doing? You trying to get work? You really trying to get work? Okay. We can't keep doing this. $3? Nah, here's $25. You trying to get somewhere? Here you go. Hear me again. Hey, bro, I'm trying to get something to eat. Okay, but what you going to do after that? Because we're not going to keep nickel and dime. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to keep doing that. And I'm not looking for it back. I just want you to do better. So
I've been in a similar situation, not on drugs, but not financially able to goddamn take care of myself. Right. It was before I met you. It was a long fucking time ago. I was a kid, 19, 20, something like that. And I'm going to tell you one of the best things that ever happened to me. And I hope he doesn't get mad that I tell this story because I've expressed my thankfulness for this. So I was living with my brother. And one day my brother just looked at me and was like, you got to get the fuck out. I wasn't working. I wasn't paying for shit. I was just a lazy motherfucker. And he's like, you got to get the fuck out. And I had to get the fuck out. Because he wasn't playing. It was like, you either get up and walk out the door or I'm going to physically get you out the door. Right? He wasn't playing. And I had no goddamn where to go. So I spent a few months just bouncing around, sleeping on people's couches and all of that shit. And I eventually pulled it together and got my life together. But to your point of being honest with a person, not enabling and having tough conversations. If my brother if he had continued to enable me, if he hadn't had that tough conversation and made the tough action, because I can imagine it's very difficult to put your brother out, put your family members out, I would probably still be a lazy piece of shit. I mean, I'm just being real, so I applaud you for the way you're approaching it. I do still feel some kind of way though about Alonzo lying.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Because I can speculate about your shit all day and not really know. Yeah. And then that's, that's between you and God at that point, like whatever. But the moment I figure out that you're lying, you running the same game on me that you ran on somebody else, the exact same game. And that thing was supposed to be resolved days ago. And now here it is days later, and you calling me, you running the same game.
Right.
I would have a very real problem with that shit. And I would probably pop off. Like, motherfucker, I help you, but goddamn, why you gotta lie to me? It's disrespectful. You running a con and a hustle on your people who gonna help you. Come on, man, stop. But yeah.
Yeah.
It is what. So I hope you ain't mad, man. I hope you ain't mad about me telling that story.
I mean, I'm sure he's not. He kicked you out.
Yeah, but motherfuckers be like, oh, I can't believe you did that to your family. Yeah. I'm glad he did it. Yeah. I look back on that. At the time, I wasn't. At the time, I was hot, but, it didn't take very long for me to look back at that. I would say 2 years, maybe 3, for me to turn around and look back at that and go, well, goddamn.
I think at some point, our people, and I say black folks, have all heard. No.
Get your shit and get out.
We've all heard that at some point. If it wasn't your mom, it was your girlfriend. Those who stayed with the girlfriend. If it wasn't the girlfriend, it was, you know what I'm saying? A relative of some sort that was like, hey, all right.
I've actually had to say that to a girlfriend, but that's another story for another time.
I had a girl who wasn't quite my girlfriend try to move in on me.
Wait, was it the slow move in where they leave something every week until they have like enough shit at your house to where they then look at you and say, well, I need a drawer or something to put this shit in?
Yeah, no, it was like almost like a bum rush of after, okay. It was a young lady that I was dealing with for a while. We were an item, probably not official, but unofficially exclusive. And then I realized.
Can I translate women?
Yeah.
Can I, ladies, I'm going to translate that whole statement for you.
Yeah.
We was fucking, but we wasn't in no relationship.
And at the time, I wasn't fucking nobody else. So, but the shit didn't, we didn't want the same thing. I realized it early and it was like, no, this is not working. So I cut it. Before I got married, before I met my wife, I started to figure out what it was that I needed out of a relationship and what worked.
Gary Bernstein or two others.
This is Gary Bernstein. I'll call Gary B in the back. I'll call him back in a second. You hear the phone ringing in your ear? Yeah. All right, well, I can see, but they can't hear it. So in any case, so I cut it off and moved on with my life or whatever the case. We stayed in contact, and every once in a while would catch up. And when I started doing other things and wasn't paying her any attention, she wanted to spend more time and was trying to. And my position on it was, I don't want nothing from you. We cool, we can kick it, but I'm not trying to go back to. And so she'd give me the drawers. And I go, thank you. Go home now.
You make it sound like she gave you one of those little short packs of saltine crackers. Thank you.
Here you go. I wasn't expecting this. Thank you. You may go home now. But I just gave you. No. And I appreciate it. I said I wasn't expecting it. In fact, I didn't even ask. Thank you. You may go home, ma'am. And after a couple of times of that happening, she was trying to force herself to move, like to be in my space. And I'm like, nah, not doing
Yeah,
that.
she was muscling. She was trying to muscle a relationship.
Yeah.
Ladies, I think I'm starting to enjoy the moments on the show when I get to address the women directly. Ladies, which camera? Okay. Understand something. There is a vast difference between a man being willing to sleep with you and wanting to be with you. I know it's not a vast difference for you, by and large. I mean, there are some women who run like dudes, whatever. But by and large, you kind of connect those two things together. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes sense. It's cool. But we don't. So if you think you're going to sleep with a dude and make him want to be in a relationship with you because you slept with him, don't do that to yourself.
No, don't do
it. Rarely, if ever, works out.
And if it does, it's only temporary because at some point,
Get your shit and get out.
You may hear that.
since we're telling bum rush relationship stories. So, God, this was what year is this? 2021. So 2019. I was still out there, and I met a young lady.
Mad hoes.
Yes, I had mad space hoes. Not a lot of them. They was just mad.
It was just mad. Okay.
I was approaching dating very differently than I had prior to that year. I was doing what I wanted to do. I was not accepting the bullshit, and I wasn't playing games. And I was very, very, very honest about it. So I met a young lady. She was smart, nice. She wasn't from this country. Was a real good girl. Not physically my type. But had a lot of other pluses in the plus column that made me go, let's figure this out. You know, physical type thing. You know, what's the old saying? Show me a beautiful woman and I'll show you a dude who's sick of her shit. So it's like, you know, it's only so much of the physical thing you should really count on, you know, as being a cornerstone of why you pick a person. But we went out. First date, went to a brewery, grabbed a beer, was having a great time, went over to a spot, got something to eat, had a great time, made out a little bit after the date. Second date, couple of days later, I went by, I had been working, so I needed to I went by, I took a shower at her spot. We ate dinner, she cooked dinner. We went to a movie, came back, and I was like, all right, then I'm out. And she invited me to stay. Now, prior to this, we had a conversation and she was adamant about no sex until marriage. And I said, fair enough. I'm not cool. Then she started to negotiate. Well, do you ever want to get married? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. You know. Okay, well, are you at least interested in a monogamous long-term relationship? Yeah, but I don't know if I'm interested in that with you yet. We've known each other 2 or 3 weeks. We've been on 2 dates. Like, pump your brakes.
Right. Slow down.
Slow down. That conversation happened before she invited me to stay the night. So she invited me to stay the night, and I'm like, okay, I'll sleep in the guest bedroom. Right. I'm still trying to keep the distance, still trying to respect her boundaries, and I don't know what she wanted. And she says, no. Basically, you know what I'm getting at.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. Thank you. I wasn't expecting this.
That's such a gift. Thank you for I really appreciate it.
It was great. Went home. She had told me that she was leaving the country the following weekend, and she'd be gone for 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. And I was like, all right, we'll pick up when you come back. You know, I've been enjoying getting to know you. Da, da, da. She hits me with, well, I need to know what this is going to be before I leave. It's going to be what it is. Like, chill. It's cool. We getting to know each other. Well, I mean, that's not good enough. You need to tell me if we're going to be together or not.
Oh.
And I said, okay, you can either get a slow yes or a fast no. It's like, well, I mean, I need to know before I get on the plane. And I said, okay, no, it's not going to be nothing. Then, dude, she hit me with, you misled me, and you should have told me that you didn't want nothing. And and she just came at me. And I just said, all right. Because like she had twisted those facts up in her brain, and I was going to be able to say to reason with how she had figured things had happened. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
And the sad thing is, I was genuinely interested in her as a human being. I was ready to kind of like, all right, I'll focus on getting to know her and not see anybody else and see where this takes us. But she just pulled the trigger too hard, too fast. She tried to muscle her way. She had a couch, pushing a couch in my front door. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? No.
Couch in the front door with a titty in your mouth. Like, no, wait, I want the titty. Thank you. But the couch, no, I'm sorry. That's not what I was looking forward to.
Do the titty come with the couch? Well, then I won't take the titty then. No, thank you.
Wow.
God bless her. She was a sweet girl.
That was her version of shooting her shot.
Well, she missed. It's I've heard some content creators in the manosphere say women control access to sex and men control access to relationships. And I had never heard it put that way before, but when I heard it, I was like, that's true. It's very true.
Oh, yeah. Because a dude to know, yeah, I could do this. I can manage this. Or even if they can manage it, I'm going to do it. And then figure out later, I can't manage this. Can't manage this.
But as you get older and then you get a little bit more experience, you know what you can handle, what you can manage, and what you want right off the gate. And if it just don't look right, you're like, nah, I'm good.
All right.
Speaking of going off the gate,
gotten to as of yet. I do want to talk about Chloe, but Chloe Bailey. But we're going to have to do that on the after show. So folks, if you're watching or if you're listening, make sure you go to our website, unpopinshow.com, where you will find exclusive content that you won't see or hear anywhere else. So take this opportunity to say thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all the folks that reached out and wished me a happy birthday. There's a list of people on Facebook that shouted me out. And at some point, I will go down and answer each and every person. I try to do that. But I'll say here, thank you. I appreciate it. This year also makes, 30 years of me being a broadcaster. All of my adult life has been in broadcasting. All of my adult life. So at some point, sometime this year, maybe I'll put together some sort of celebration for that as well. So I get to celebrate my birthday twice. I'm gonna celebrate it for a whole month anyway, because from not celebrating my birthdays in the past, so my wife came along and was like, no, you gotta celebrate. And so now we'll do a whole month. Well, this will go all the way into March. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Because you got to do the birthday, because you may not be, especially now with this pandemic, not having a birthday party. You may have to do a virtual party if we do that. And even then, I had it one year. My wife planned a very, very sweet birthday party. Had rented a hall, had my man DJ Demo as the DJ. I didn't even know she brought him in and all this, had folks that was coming in town. And it was the hurricane or snowstorm Hurricane Nemo, I think, or whatever it was, that year happened. Shut down everything. So it went from going to a hall to just a little celebration at my mom's house, which was fine. And then we had to do over later on. The hall was kind enough to say, okay, no problem. We understand it was a hurricane. We're not going to just keep your money. And we did a whole nother party later on. So, and it was cool. So with that in mind, I get a do-over because it's quarantine. At Unpopin Show on all social medias. Make sure you follow us there. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Like, subscribe, comment. Keep in contact with us. And we'll talk back to you. Again, thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace. Need a daily dose of jokes? Like, subscribe, smash the notification button, and you'll get jokes in your inbox basically every week.
Absolutely. Because we like cats. No, that's the wrong. God damn it.